All right, working out with an injury. I've had this injury on my bicep for a couple years now. I was playing basketball and I was going up for a shot, and my son came down to block it. Ever since that day, probably 2 or 3 years ago, I've had this pain right here. Your bicep is supposed to connect to your radial bone on the top right here. So I don't know what ligament or tendon that is right there, but it hurts every once in a while. I exacerbated it doing some jiu-jitsu on the mat with my sons. And whenever it gets injured, I just have to lower the weight and go up on my reps. I can still get a workout. I can still get a good pump, and I can still make progress even though I've got an injury. And I've had this injury for 2 or 3 weeks again when it got exacerbated. And I still feel like it's getting much better. I haven't missed any workouts. And every day, I feel like that injury is slowly improving. It hurts a little bit less than the day prior. Usually when I injure it, it takes a good couple months for that pain to just go away and I can go lift heavier weights again. But I like to do chin-ups for when I work out my bicep. I feel like getting a good range of motion with those chin-ups is really good to get that full length stretch on your biceps, getting a good contraction. You're working out the top and bottom half of your bicep. I love doing chin-ups for my arms. And then I will put some weight on the bar. I usually curl with 35s. I probably could curl with 45s, but I go down to 25s when I have this pain going on, and I can still get a good pump. I can still get sore the next day, and I still make progress with this injury. So if you have an injury, whatever muscle it is, just go down on your weight, go up on your reps, control the weight. Don't be doing quick, jerky movements. That will make it worse really quick. Control the weight. Slow up, slow down. I'm not saying take a full 4 seconds Mike Menser type approach coming up, unless that's your sort of thing. I'm talking about control the weight down and come up with it, but like I said, really don't jerk that movement or you'll just make it worse. Then I work my arms twice a week. I have a workout routine where I split up my body into 3 different days, and every 3rd or 4th day, I'm hitting the same muscle again. So I only give myself 2 or 3 days in between working out that bicep. I'm still making strength, I'm still getting bigger, and I'm still getting improvement on that ligament. Also, if you have an injury, if you're trying to do a cut, I'm not saying to stop, but I'm saying I'm not really cutting a lot right now. I've been kind of eating what I want, and I feel like the extra caloric intake helps give my body the energy and nutrition it needs to recover. So it's better probably if you're not in a cut, but if you're not worried about your physique or your aesthetics, just eat some more food. Get that injury better and then cut afterwards if you can help it. If you've got a competition going on or if you're going to the beach, you're kind of stuck doing that. But at least for me, I've noticed that when I am not careful with what I'm eating, I usually recover quicker. Anyhow, so that's how I do it to get a good arm workout, even though I have a bicep injury, and still make progress.